what's up? Back to the PodXCast. It's been a while. You know, for us, it's been a long time since we could record. But anyway, I got two returning guests. Well, George was here last time, and my other guest, Sal, he hasn't been here most.
First episode with 3 people.
Wow.
It's not on.
On my right, or at least on my virtual right, on the left side of me, but on my virtual right, it's just George.
Yeah.
And on my left,
I don't have a YouTube channel. I live through your channel, Joe.
Well, it's just George is literally just the name I use for all of my internet purposes.
It's his moniker username. You don't have to have like a channel. If you have a Twitter or your Instagram that counts as a monogram.
Yeah. I just call myself George.
You can just call yourself Salvacel97 if you want.
That's true.
If you want to, I mean, you can come up with your own moniker the next time you come over.
Well, be what you want to be, kids.
Exactly.
That's the message of today.
I'll try to be more creative later, but
right now,
yes.
I hope you're enjoying. Get ready, buckle in, because we don't even know how long we're going to go for. But anyway, George, you're here to kick us off. So, what's your topic?
A friend and I were talking about something that I kind of found interesting the other day. We were talking about superheroes and everything, you know, on how, like, yeah, they have a certain identity within movies and TV shows. Mm-hmm. But just for a second, everybody, stop thinking what you know about the movies and the TV shows with all these superheroes and such, or any characters, really. Just think about the character themselves and what you know from their source material. What superheroes, or just any character you can really think of, what would work for movies, and what do you think will work for TV shows?
I already have the answer for this one, because I actually scripted one. I always believe Spider-Man could belong. I think he fits more suited on a television sense.
Really?
Yeah, I actually wrote a 10.
Sony doesn't feel that way for sure.
I came up with a 10-season outline for a show on Spider-Man. A 10-season outline. Because there's so many characters, and I'm not knocking Homecoming, because Homecoming, as we know, I don't know if you've...
good.
I don't know if you've seen it. You've seen Homecoming?
I definitely, I have seen it.
Homecoming was fucking amazing. Because when I saw Homecoming, I made the comment to you, because you haven't seen it. That's a story for another time.
Yeah.
I said Homecoming was way better than Spider-Man 2. Reevaluating, I think they're still on terms with each other. There's something about Homecoming I like them too, but 2 has better things than Homecoming. So they're about the same. They're
apples and oranges.
Yeah, one isn't better. Well, that's a horrible analogy because I'm allergic to apples, but but I still loved Homecoming for what it is. However, there's so many characters, so many character directions they could take with a Spider-Man TV show. Live action.
A lot of shit happens in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of character. I mean, they did it with the animated stuff, with Spectacular. Yeah. Oh, I'm not an Ultimate. While it wasn't that great, it showed 4 seasons could still work. And those were
Which Spider-Man cartoon did you guys like?
Spectacular. That was amazing.
I actually have not seen the Spider-Man cartoons. I've only seen, like, the movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I like the 90s cartoon.
I liked it too.
Cool.
I liked it too. It was morally spectacular, had a great story, had great character development. Fucking sucks that Disney canceled it after 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It like, are you kidding me? You're killing off the golden goose.
God damn it.
But I understood it was more because, you know, they were taking over for a new generation of fans. They didn't want to like start over with a third one, continue with a third one. So it was like, it was better cancel it now and just do a new show for the kids, which I perfectly understood. And Ultimate Spider-Man, well, it wasn't as great as Spectacular, definitely nowhere near it. Drake Bell still was a pretty good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
if there's anything, Spider-Man himself was good. He wasn't too different from what I know of the character, but he wasn't too similar.
Oh yeah,
they had his own little twist.
They crafted their own identity with that. But I feel Spider-Man belongs on television. Not to say the movies are amazing. In the recent one, I didn't mean we went through a shitstorm with those.
Okay, come on. I thought that was like blown out of proportion, where it was just like
Spider-Man 3 was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, Spider-Man 3. Oh, I
Spider-Man
thought you
3
were
was
talking
bad.
about the Amazing
Spider-Man 1 was okay.
Yeah, no,
it was
those
good.
were good.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, you're right. It does get shit on. It does have some good elements, but it just didn't, it just
it's
didn't.
not your Spider-Man.
It didn't. Oh, Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man. It wasn't the source material, and it was once again another classic case of studio interference.
I feel like it was Tobey Maguire made it like he set the bar, and there was just no way Andrew Garfield could really.
Yeah, not really.
Everyone was expecting him to match it or be better,
but he didn't.
And nobody like took it as this is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Like this is how he's going to portray it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
But Tom Holland did an amazing job with it. So at least I'm not. It's gonna be. That's a whole conversation for another time. But Spider-Man, I wrote a treatment. I didn't write a treatment. I wrote ideas for what each season would be. One season would be about the Goblins. One season would be about the Sinister Six. And just spoiler warning, there's no Dr. Octopus. I didn't write him in. I wrote him as the Master Planner.
That's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
He's in the show, but in my version, he doesn't have the tentacles. He just is the Master Planner.
Does he not switch brains with Peter Parker?
I didn't know. Well, in the rest of the 6 seasons, that's not a story arc I did, because that was fucking stupid. I'm not saying that was stupid. I'm not saying that. It's just, I don't know how that would work in a TV aspect, because,
I didn't get to read.
Neither did I.
I didn't get to read that series, but I heard it was good.
It was called Spectacular Spider-Man 2. Was it?
No, it was
Superior Spider-Man. Yeah. Superior Spider-Man.
That's a thing that actually happened. In case you're confused,
they switched bodies, and then
they switched bodies, and Dr. Octopus was Spider-Man for a while.
Then they
it was kind of cool.
Then they fixed that again because
he had an epiphany, and he was like, "Oh shit, I should be doing good shit."
Yeah, so no, that would be my answer. Spider-Man there would be at least a 10-season show. Of course, Sony's never going to do it because that would be fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Because the last time they tried to capitalize the movie was the Neil Patrick Harris one.
Plus, even in special effects, if you were to do live action, that'd be tough.
Flash could do it, but that's that was a CW show, and with Spider-Man, that would be more you have to get plates for the swinging, you have to get new shots. It would probably be like the '90s where they reuse so many shots just to make ends meet. That's what I assume.
Yeah, what I know of the character, something that's ongoing for a very long time, especially that it does sort of match real time and going within Peter Parker's life, I could definitely see it as a TV show.
Sal, do you have your idea?
What you know of the character, what do you think it'll work in?
For what, Spider-Man?
Any character.
Any
character.
If you have something more interesting to say.
I mean, I was thinking, the minute you, brought this up, I thought about Batman, and just, how cool, a TV show would be.
Yeah, but they have Gotham, that's the thing, and that's a prequel, and I know George, George, okay, let's put this on the record here, George completely dislikes the idea of Gotham. He doesn't hate the show because he hasn't watched it, but he just dislikes the idea of a Batman prequel.
Yeah, I feel like it's pointless.
Which I do have to agree. It's they're going to lead to one thing. This character can't...
Commissioner Gordon is a cool character, but
he can't
there's only so much you can do with him.
Yeah, I will give him credit because we're up to season 4 of Gotham at the time of this recording. I don't know if you're watching this. It could be season 5. It could be canceled. George is hoping for it to be the latter.
Hopefully you're watching this 10 years from now.
Yeah, Gotham is at this
or listening, I guess.
Oh, guys, please tell us how Avengers 5 ends up.
Please tell us how Call of Duty 36 is.
Okay, not that far. I think we'll be obsolete by then.
Knowing Call of Duty, yeah, they won't make that many games.
Even worse is going to be what number iPhone are we going to be on?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a different conversation, because, once they introduce a letter, it's you fucked yourselves over. Skipped the 9. Forget.
Oh, yeah, what was it, the iPhone X or something?
It was
like
iPhone 8
yes,
and then iPhone
X.
Oh, boy.
So they skipped over 9, technically.
Nice.
So it's what they're going to say this year is going to be the question that everyone's going to ask. But, no, with a Batman prequel, that would be awesome. I mean, George already pitched me an idea for a Batman show. An actual Batman show.
I'm definitely with you on that, Sal.
Yeah, I certainly dabbled with the idea before, but in my weird mind when I was growing up. It's not.
Look at the Batman animated series.
Yeah, but again, the other problem is money. That's the thing. Gotham is expensive to produce. They film in New York City, where we live. Actually, fun fact: Gotham filmed near where we live. Well, I live.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Didn't get to see anyone.
They filmed in what I refer to as a separate town, but it's technically just a part of my own town.
Mm. Yeah, so Gotham films around here a lot, and it's expensive to produce because we
don't see it, but
Yeah, they need a city They need a city, a locale, to demonstrate the view of the streets of Gotham. which is why the New York City is obvious, but it's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Honestly, another fun fact, my former job, I actually shipped stuff to the Gotham hair department, the makeup department. Wow. Technically, I have the address for you, but I can't release that because that's public confidentiality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
But no, Sal, you're right. There can be the possibility. It's just that right now, he's too big to be like on TV. He needs to be big on the movies, which
I think it's possible.
No, they need more. They want to rake in that Batman money. You know, when the Batman comes out with Matt Reeves, it's gonna fucking break records.
Well, no, because back in the '60s, people tuned into Batman.
But that was a different era. That was like when. Okay, we can do whatever the hell we want with these characters, and people will watch it, because there was no movies to base it off it yet. It wasn't until, like, the movie started happening, and for Batman specifically, Nolan came into the picture, and then Nolan inspired what DC films and the television shows would produce later on. Nolan set a new standard, and we sort of are still following that standard to this day, which was 13 fucking years ago. But no, I would love to see a Batman show. I mean, the closest representation to a Batman show would be Arrow, but even that's still struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what season they're on. Like,
Arrow's on 6.
Okay, because I stopped watching after the episode with the island and
which one?
Adrian Chase.
Oh, so season 5. So you didn't get. So you're done with 5. You haven't started 6.
No, I have not, because I've been watching The Walking Dead.
Spoiler: season 6 is like approaching season 4 and season 3 levels. I'm sorry to tell you that.
I mean,
it's still watchable. It's still fun. It's just not as greatly story driven anymore. But that's another topic.
You know what? The last time somebody said something like that to me was The Walking Dead. Like, someone was like, after like season 1, it's terrible, and I was like, it's not really true.
No, after now for George,
I think season 2 is fine.
In George's case,
that's when I jumped on the boat actually, and I was like, "This is cool," and it got better.
I felt like it declined after 5. 5 was like George couldn't back me up on that. 5 was the great shining point for the show, and then afterwards it's just been going down. It's been going. It's like a wave. It's going up and down, and right now it's going a bit up, but they made some certain decisions that
Oh yeah, no, because I actually read something the other day that said like fans are like getting tired of Negan because it's been like 2.5 seasons, and I'm starting that part right now.
The Negan. Oh, so you're up like what episode of season 6 are you up to? Or you're up to season 7?
I am like I think the beginning of season 6. I'm just not sure.
Oh yeah, Negan's at the very end. You're still. This is when they start introducing like the saviors, and that they're beginning the seeds for that eventual arrival.
Oh boy.
Well, we tell you watched the season 7 premiere at my place already. You
did, but that was a long time ago.
So you forgot about it.
I mean, if anything, I was going to hear all about that episode anyway.
Yeah, but
there's just certain things you can't avoid.
That's why for me, like when it comes to comic book movies, I gotta see the first weekend because I'm going to get spoiled the shit out of it if I don't like see it like afterwards. Legit, I waited a week to see Justice League with 2 of my best friends, even though it wasn't the best movie last year, but it was still a good movie. I legit got spoiled everything about it because it was just so fucking hard to ignore, everything from that movie. Like Instagram, there's memes, there's spoiler pictures on my website. There's like, what about this character? What about spoilers happening in spoilers? And it's like, god damn it. That's why Avengers Infinity War we're seeing all day one.
Oh yeah, no.
Just to get that out of the way. But
that's why I felt bad if you didn't see The Last Jedi the first day it came out, because if you logged into Facebook the next day,
I waited a while just because to get away from the fans. Yeah,
from
the
nature fans.
Jesus, I saw so many shirtless memes, and I was just like, "What is everybody talking about?" And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I was about to say like I tried my best to like avoid spoilers.
I'm still perfectly fine with
the movie was
waiting
still
a
good.
While though.
Yeah, not for me. I gotta see it day one.
If somebody else wants it, I don't know, Joseph. I'm kind of have to disagree with you on that. I can still wait.
Yeah, no, for me, I can't. I gotta see it, or else I'm just gonna follow the crowd. Like, I can't. For me, it's not just that. It's also, after that first weekend, like, okay, I'll see it the second weekend. Like, okay, something's popped up, or I gotta do something, I'll see it the third weekend. Then eventually, I just never see it until I see it on DVD or on TV somewhere. I'm being legitimately honest with that. One movie I wanted to watch in theaters was Scott Pilgrim. And I just never got a chance to get to that. And I still haven't.
Same here, actually. I waited until it went on demand.
I had to.
I still haven't seen it.
Damn.
I want to. I was very interested in that movie, but it was just like one of those ones like my feeder for some random reason. My mom doesn't know about it, but they never showed it because I think it was a limited run or just didn't have the money to afford that many feeders or something like that.
You gotta watch Scott Pilgrim, and I heard that the Cornetto trilogy is good. I didn't get to see it myself yet.
Again, I have to.
And you gotta watch Baby Driver.
So, respectively, you want me to enter the world that is Edgar White?
Yes.
I'm not denying it. I will probably get there one day. I just got too many TV shows to watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
But okay, so
we'll get there.
We went on a whole tangent, but no. But let's go back to the beginning. Sal, you are right. There certainly exists a possibility for a Batman show. I would love to watch it, but currently we're going through the prequel stages of the big heroes.
Yeah.
One day we will get a Wonder Woman prequel called Amazons.
Actually, funny thing, a comic was announced. Okay. It'll it's going to be a 3-issue series, so I'll probably get it since it's like
not that much.
3 issues.
And it's not that much money.
Yeah, it's going to like literally
be 3.
Talk about everything that happens on Themyscira until
Wonder Woman shows up.
No, until the plane crashes on there. Steve Trevor's plane.
So it's like their version of Gotham and how Krypton and now coming soon Metropolis.
To be fair though, at least that shit is with Greek mythology, so it could be. At least they have something to work with, you know.
I mean, and it's not they're stretching thin with that. It's only 3 issues. That's the thing. It's not that.
Yeah, like the Themyscira itself, it is a myth. Mm-hmm. So like, you have at least something there.
Well, not with Gotham because Gotham you got to stretch 22 episodes out every single year. They got to continually stretch down on a yearly basis. I don't even know how Krypton is great. To be completely honest with you. I know you've been sort of against the Superman prequel for a long time, and
yeah, I feel like the show doesn't need to exist.
What, Krypton?
Yeah, but
Krypton's good. Krypton's good.
If they somehow do it,
you'll get on it.
Fine.
Krypton's good. I'm just saying. It's of course on the first season wagon of like the Flash, where it's like it's amazing. It's breaking new comic book ground. But then when season 2 happens, it's like okay, it's starting to like show the cracks, and then like. Hopefully by season 4 it'll be like not bad, and I do see Krypton being renewed for season 2 and beyond. It's going to be around for a while, and also Metropolis, which is the Gotham version of Superman.
So speaking of, like, what do you guys feel like Superman works for?
I think it works for both. We've seen a Superman show already.
Yeah, that's a
10 seasons, and we've seen movies.
He's in that weird middle ground.
It can work.
I would kind of like to see movies though.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's too big of a character for like just TV.
Well, we got 10 seasons of a show.
I mean, yeah.
But that was a prequel, so I know what you mean, and it make
again an animated series.
Oh yeah, same. But I think it would be for a TV show. I think Superman it works better with a TV show when he doesn't have powers or doesn't have the full capabilities, and when he does have the full capabilities, we do a movie. Because the problem is, like, you cannot show Superman full power, flying, heat vision, all that. I mean, Supergirl, they made it work. But Supergirl's different from Superman. They're two different, they're the same, power base, but they're two different characters.
Yeah, their personalities
But with Superman, Superman's just more, I don't know, like, it's just more difficult to tell on a Superman, like, an actual story. That's why I don't think they have tackled that yet. They did, besides the old 80s and 70s shows, and recent modern Smallville limited the powers. Metropolis, he's not even in that show. It's just Lois and Lex when that comes out later this year. But no, Superman does fall in that weird middle ground. Like, there's certain aspects you can explore and certain aspects you can't explore on both.
Yeah.
But no, I would be down to see TV shows and movies of any of these characters. Like, I would love to see a Green Arrow movie. I would love to see a real Flash movie.
Actually,
when is that coming out? That's like 2000.
That's the thing. Like, DC changed everything after Justice League. They changed everything.
Yeah.
So next up is Aquaman this Christmas. That's gonna be. We'll see when I see the first trailer. I'll see how it's gonna be. Then it's Shazam, which Alan is. Once I get Alan the show, we're gonna have a whole conversation about Shazam.
Yeah.
I'll save that for that episode when that happens. And then there's Wonder Woman 2 coming out in November of 2019, and then afterwards we don't know. I don't know, to be clear. Like, they got directors, but they don't have a release date yet. The same with the Batman. They have people working on the project, but they don't have a release date yet. It was supposed to come out, ironically, 2 weeks ago. We should have seen the Flash movie already. It should have been out already.
Oh yeah, according to their plans.
Oh yeah, no,
in the original plans,
I saw that. Yeah,
in the original plan, March 16th, 2018 was supposed to be the Flash movie. If the original director stayed on the project, but he left because the stupid creative differences.
God damn, I wished Robert Zemeckis stayed on that project.
Maybe he left for a good reason. Maybe if DC...
That would have been so cool, though.
Right?
Robert Zemeckis
on
The Flash.
I mean, the current directors are good. They wrote Spider-Man Homecoming, and it was like, I trust them on that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I hope that, like, they can kind of do what they did with...
The show?
Like, no, just not the show, but, like, in Justice League, he was kind of like... The Flash was just kind of like the comic relief, goofy character. And I get the need for that in, like, every, like, group.
Well, everyone... I think everyone was comic relief.
I hope he's not like that throughout the whole movie.
For his own movie, I can't say.
I didn't even see.
I can't say that for that movie, but I know for Aquaman, like he was one of the comic reliefs for Aquaman for Justice League, and James Wan said there will be little to no. I mean, he'll still be funny because that's Jason Momoa. You can't really deny that, but he's going to be toning down the comedic aspects. Maybe like in a team up sense, like it's more comedic because we're we're all together, we're having fun, we're doing this mission. But when they're on their own, with their own people, with their own teams, that's a bit different.
Here's the thing: you had Superman and Batman to be the really serious characters, so the rest of them just kind of do whatever.
Wonder Woman was kind of like she was serious, but there's also sometimes she's playful. And like,
you're saying that Wonder Woman has variety?
Oh boy!
Oh god!
Well, Wonder Woman, she had her year last.
She has a personality. Stop this.
That's a good thing. And she's paving the way for the rest of the DCU. Like they're using Wonder Woman as an example for like this is how our movie should be.
Thank God.
And hopefully Aquaman and Shazam and her sequel will continue that aspect.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but like Wonder Woman in the comics is known as being the character that's constantly reinvented because her comics don't sell for shit.
Oh, obviously, because
so like they keep trying to like reinvent her, hoping that they just like work.
Because the thing is, she's not being sexual.
Currently, she's fine now, though. She's doing.
Oh, she was fine.
The character's doing good.
Oh, she is fine. She is very fine. Gal Gadot is amazing in her body, but she's taken a woman. I respect her husband. He's a lucky man.
You send me a lot of snaps like that when you watch Supergirl.
And when was this?
A while ago.
I don't remember.
No, and I agree with you, but
I don't remember what you're talking about. I'm not denying it, but I'm legit.
Hasn't the actress for Supergirl done nude scenes before?
I don't know if I could talk about it, but when the whole iCloud leak happened, she was involved in it.
Yeah, okay, that's.
But however, there's some credibility issue. Like they said, okay, 2 of the pictures are legit. The other ones could be just a Photoshop picture of her having sex with someone. Again, I don't know anything. I don't want to comment on that because that's just.
I don't care. But...
I think it's all bullshit. Honestly,
some are fake, some are real. We don't know. I mean, people who are Photoshop experts would know, but then it gets into that argument. It's like we'll never know. And for flappers, they can enjoy those pictures if they're real or not. Mm-hmm. But in terms of she did have some. At least 2 issues were confirmed. 2 pictures were confirmed to be real. The other ones, the actual sex ones, were so far not confirmed.
Photoshop has gone too far.
It really has.
Oh, really? I haven't used Photoshop yet, to be completely honest with you.
I tried, but it's really difficult. It actually is something that you should take a class on.
Or take a video series on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just jump in there because you're going to fuck up a lot. I haven't even done it yet, but I just use a different photo editor, which is just to make PNGs, that's it. But, any other shows ideas for character? I mean, you haven't sent your idea.
I think... Okay, what I was going to say is I definitely think just because of how, insane The Flash can get sometimes, TV show. Just because there's a lot of stories you could tell with him, especially with all of his villains.
And heroes.
More importantly, though, Green Lantern movie. Without a single doubt, movie. I don't know if I want to go with, a trilogy or, you want to go with the Harry Potter route and do a lot of movies, but I can. While the animated series for that was great, if you want to do this live action, you're gonna have to do a big story because to me that's what Green Lantern is about. A very huge and big scope, epic type of thing because it's in space and
they'll have to I can either see that going as a limited 6-episode event with a big budget, or I could see that as a 22-episode season, but legit Green Lantern. Like, okay, he can't fly, he doesn't have he has the suit, but it's not CGI or
exactly. Like,
it's gonna be like, oh, his ring is like corrupted or cracked, so so they can save on the money. Or
whether or not it will happen, I'm just saying. I think it'll work better that way
in a movie.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Especially like I recently reread one of my favorite Green Lantern comics,
Secret Origin.
Yeah, that it's definitely like you can easily chop that into a hour and 30.
Which okay, that's fine. Well, just to let you know, the Arrowverse have flirted around with the idea of putting Green Lantern on their shows. Not as its own character, as its own spin-off, but as like, okay, he'll be on Arrow or Flash or Legends or Supergirl or Constantine or wherever else he can be fit in it. But they have flirted. He exists in the universe, but we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, but again, that's what I was mainly thinking of. When
but I don't think it's gonna happen for a while. The movie, because after the Ryan Reynolds one, it was just like, okay, we can
I remember. I read up an article about like how they're working on a Green Lantern Corps movie.
With David S. Goyer.
Yeah, and like the way that the screenwriters discussed about it, I read an article. They said it's going to be, at least serving from memory, they said it's going to be like
Star Wars.
No, they said it's going to be like a buddy cop movie in space, which is just like, that's not at all what I would do. It's so far from what I was thinking of. But I'm still open to the idea because there's a lot.
Maybe their ideas can have changed because that was written before the whole Batman v Superman Justice League that whole thing changed everything. So maybe it changed. Who knows?
Either way, I am open to it. It's just not what I want necessarily.
Well, we'll see about that. We'll just see. I don't think that's on the priority list anymore. That used to be like that was supposed to come out in 2020 in 2 years. That's not going to reach that, obviously.
No.
But I can call one thing. I can easily see Ryan Reynolds shitting on whatever actor gets to play Hal Jordan.
I feel like he's gonna be like, "Oh, thank God,
well,
you got it right. It's a miracle."
But that kind of insults himself too, because it's like he wasn't even a miracle.
That movie, like that.
Fun fact.
It's just so disappointing.
Oh yeah, it was. I saw my dad. I took my dad to see that movie with me. He said it was okay.
Yeah, all right.
But he said, like, I used to, I don't know, like, was there a Green Lantern something live action in back in the 60s or 70s?
Nope.
Because he said, like, I know about this character, like, from where? You don't read comics. Which, I question my dad about everything lately, but, okay. I mean, if he says it's okay, I'm like, okay. I mean, that was back in 2011, so his opinion on movies have changed in 7 years.
I remember I saw X-Men First Class instead of Green Lantern, and I was pissed off. At the time, I was pissed off because I really wanted to see Green Lantern.
You dodged the bullets.
I dodged the bullets so much.
All these years later, you realize.
Oh, funny story about X-Men First Class. I saw with a friend of mine that I'm not friends with anymore. He was in my karate class. It was like the Hispanic thing where like, oh, we're both Hispanic. Our moms and dads are both Hispanic. They're immediately friends, so we get to see each other more often because they want to hang out and drink.
Oh God.
That was a fun time.
I can kind of see that.
I kind of remember that, like that same kind of thing.
Your family, the families meet, and you see your friend more, which is a good thing. Which is like, okay,
I mean, it's a good thing for them, but you kind of hope that.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh, hey, it's you.
We weren't planning. We weren't planning on it. I mean, we still had fun after that awkward, introduction or whatever the awkward high. We'll call it. So we went to go see X-Men First Class. I invited Alan to see it with us. However, this was at a time where Alan didn't have enough money, nor I think he was smart enough to even know how the MTA works. And he legit told me, "Oh, can you pick me up?" To be fair, my dad was, it's a long story, I'll tell about it one day, but my dad couldn't take us, so we had to take a taxi. So I legit told my mom, can we go to Flushing so we can pick up Alan? And in the true Hispanic mom fashion, she ignored me till we were like a block away from the movie theater. And then when I reminded her, she's like, oh, no, the movie starts in 20 minutes, we don't have time, we gotta go in. And then legit, I forgot to contact Alan.
Oh, God.
So I'm like...
Oh, no.
We never brought it up again. I don't know what happened. Because he called me, he said, oh, I'm in Flushing, can you pick me up? I'm like, okay, sure, we'll pick you up via the taxi. Which I don't even know how that was going to happen, considering the fact that the taxi was already full. There was like me, who was like a little bit more overweight than I am now, my friend, and the two moms, and my sister. And was a regular sized car, so I'm questioning how the hell is Alan going to fit in here.
And at
Just
that
so
point,
much was on your mind at the time.
God.
But either way, the X-Men First Class was still a great movie.
Yeah.
I had a running joke about that because this was back at a time where I was reading Wikipedia pages. So this movie never got their production, like the production section updated. It said production began on this day and they never released an end date. So I assumed that they were still filming the movie like weeks before like the movie came, which obviously didn't happen. So I legit thought like, okay, they're going to film the last scenes in the movie theater and then release the film there. I don't know.
It's just a live stream.
Oh, no, live streams. When did live streams exist? Like, was it before 2011?
It's a joke, Joseph.
I don't know. You know me. I try to get more specific into things. But
You were gonna say something, Sal?
No, I was gonna make another comment about Alan, but just go ahead and move on.
Okay.
you can make another comment about it.
No, I was just gonna say he's gonna see this and then bring it up again.
Oh, well, when he comes back on his solo episode, I hope he'll probably forget about it, to be completely honest. I'll probably send him the videos like, hey, we kind of like, we didn't shit on him, but it was like, we kind of like made fun of you a little bit. He'll probably won't give a damn. Like, he'll probably be like,
Alan. What was that?
I think that was your doorbell.
oh, it's here.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Yeah, our food showed up, but it's been about a half hour, so.
Yeah, they said like, what, 60, 70 minutes? Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. Do you want to end off the episode soon, Joseph, or no?
We're still going.
Okay.
We are still going. So, what do you do on your channel?
I really don't do anything. Like, I make a video every, like, millennia.
There
You know? Like, I just do it for shits and giggles.
Sounds like my Instagram. I haven't posted anything since Justice League came out.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed by that movie. I'm just like, I'm not gonna. It was just like, honestly, it was a disappointment. Just because like, I kind of like expected a lot more out of. I don't know, because I got the idea that it was like Civil War, and Civil War was like really good, and then I felt like Justice League kind of tried to like. It was like the same thing. They all like teamed up or whatever, and it was just like it wasn't as good. So I was like disappointed.
You know, it's something from DC, one of the big two companies.
Yeah.
You see one doing so well in the film department.
Yeah.
You know, you expect one to at least try to keep up, which I didn't get to see Justice League, but, you know.
I don't know why, but
I feel like I would have been disappointed by it, too.
I watched a lot of Arrow. I don't really keep up anymore, but I kind of got like really tired of like the whole Lazarus Pit thing. You know how they brought Superman back to life?
Yeah.
I hated that. Just
They
throw
do
him in
that
water.
so much in the
So
comics.
spoilers about that. So I just showed up with the food, which we won't eat for a while. With that, because I heard you. No, they destroyed it. They destroyed the pit.
Oh, they did. Oh, good.
However, in last night's episode, last night's the time I was recording, episode 16 of season 6 premiered. Because this is not going to be uploaded for a long time. No, they just brought back the Lazarus pits.
Yeah.
Again.
There are multiple Lazarus pits in the comics.
Sorry. That's not going away from me.
Well, you know what?
Well-
I'll be disappointed when I decide to catch up on the show.
I know you'll probably catch up eventually. Hey,
Yeah,
hell,
no.
you're not as worse as George, who still has like a shit
Trust
ton of-
me, people were like just annoyed about it as you were when it first happened in the comics. People were just like, that is the very definition of plot convenience,
'Cause you're-
especially like the way it popped up in the story.
Because
Yeah.
you're ruining all the aspects of the character. Of like death doesn't mean anything anymore in any comic book universe, because they always find a way to bring them back. Like in Avengers when Coulson died, and then in Age of the Shield they came up with some. It made sense in the universe, but it was like, okay, it was popularity reasons, and right now Clark Kent is being ignored in the MCU until Captain Marvel comes out, which I'm still fucking excited for.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're going to acknowledge it because it's a prequel. Say, no, it's a prequel. We don't have to connect with the TV show. It's a prequel. So Coulson still exists in the movie because it's a prequel. Like, shut the fuck up.
While I don't know much about Captain Marvel, I know the basics, so I'm
Oh,
looking
same.
forward to it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about the MCU films, because like they can take any character and fans will know the brand, they trust it, they see the movie like, God, I love this character, I want to know more about this character, or at least tune in for the sequels, or when they pop up in another film, or like an Avengers film, or just another team up film, or another solo film. That's right. We live in a glorious era right now with Marvel. I just really wish everyone else can jump on
At least in films. Comics,
I don't care about comics. I am going to come back in comics for Man of Steel, but that's it. That's all you're getting. That's all That's all he tied me down for.
You know, at the time of recording this, The Amazing Spider-Man number 800 is coming out soon.
800, damn.
No one cares.
Because it's 800.
Because that's how disappointed they are with Marvel at the moment.
Once
with
again,
comics. Like,
they'll have
DC is killing it in that division. They're doing really good.
Yeah, I actually have heard that DC's killing it with comics, and then Marvel has, like, the movies.
So it's kind of fair when you think about it.
Yeah, but Marvel
Not in terms of money, but...
yeah, they make the Marvel gets the most money, because they have a shit ton of movies, they have a shit ton of... Well, not anymore TV shows, they lost a lot.
Yeah.
In ABC's department, and then... well, the other networks are killing it, Freeform, Hulu, Netflix, Circle, except Iron Fist. They're all killing it in that department, but, I mean, yeah, but DC still has to catch up on films. They have some TV shows... At least. I mean, definitely not all of them.
I heard Justice League Action is really good.
We watched that show together.
We did. Well, I'm saying I heard, like, the rest of it was good. We only saw, like, what, 5 episodes?
I think we saw more than that.
Did we?
I think we binged the first 6 episodes, I think.
Okay.
But I didn't go back to it yet.
Neither have I. I want to, but...
there's no story, so it's like, you could just jump in at any time.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I have to, like, catch up with so many... Well, I don't have to catch up with shows. I just have to watch so many shows. I still got to finish 100 at the time of this recording. Better Call Saul just got released on its 3rd season, so I was like, fuck yes. Still waiting on Last Man Standing, which I gotta get Hulu for. Shit, there's a fucking ton of TV show. And I know Sal understands me, because Sal actually keeps up with his shows, except, Arrow, but we'll talk about that later.
mean, it was just that Arrow, because I got into The Walking Dead, and The Flash, well, at that time, The Flash, because, like, season 3 had just come on Netflix, and I, like... And here's the thing, I don't really keep up with the show as the season's happening. I just kind of wait for Netflix, because I can't...
So you wait till the end of the season?
Yeah,
a lot of people do that.
I absolutely hate having to, like...
Wait a week or something.
Yeah,
weeks.
I'm actually okay with it, but I understand.
My mythology on that is... Yeah, I'll get... my mythology on that is that I would rather watch weekly and just watch 1 hour a week than trying to cram in 20, 22, 23 hours into, like, multiple sittings or months. At least that's how I like to work things.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of love binging, and sometimes it's, like, really bad, because I've sat there and watched a show from 9 a.m. and looked up, and it was, like, 5 p.m., and I was like, wow, I haven't eaten yet today. All I've really
don't
done
you
is
have your
showered.
roommate? Don't you have your roommate or friends who
no,
remind you?
There's a life outside of this room.
Yeah, no, this was over winter break, so everyone's still at school, so I had the house to myself, and I was just sitting there in my living room with my dog watching the whole show. And the only time I think I got up was to walk him, because he begged me to.
Please, I need exercise. Oh, God.
Okay, no, I mean, I binge shows too. The first and only time I binged an entire show in one sitting was Stranger Things season 2.
So did I, actually.
I got back home from
that
school.
That show was meant for binging.
Mm-hmm.
I got home from school, and that was the perfect day, because Mario Odyssey just came out. That was a perfect day. So I played Mario Odyssey, loving it, and as well as watching Stranger Things season 2. And legit, I was like, I dropped Mario Odyssey, even though it was a great game, to go finish Stranger Things season 2. I was up till 2:30 a.m.
My friends and I just, like, waited for months just because all of our schedules...
For the perfect week.
My friend and my girlfriend. We waited months just because all of our schedules conflicted. But, like, it was so worth it. We just sat on his tiny-ass couch and...
Now, my question for that.
And we all just binged the whole thing. It was so goddamn fun. All 3 of us loved the series.
Oh, yeah, I assume. Now, I have 2 questions now that you said that. When you say small-ass cow, were you in the middle, or was it, like, your friend who, I'm not saying his name, but spoilers, he is a little bit on the tall side. Did he take up most of the couch while you and your girlfriend were, like, on one corner?
Yeah.
were you in the middle, right?
I don't remember.
Because, I mean, okay, fine. My second question is, how much food did you eat, or did you eat regardless? It's a binging.
I don't know if we ate, actually.
Oh my God,
God.
That's concerning. Because usually I gotta eat something, because it's like, I need to be doing something physically in order.
The thing is, we were so distracted.
Yeah, sometimes I just get really into a show, and I don't forget to get up and eat.
That never happens with me, because my dad would constantly remind me, oh, by the way, in 20 minutes we're gonna eat dinner. I'm like, okay, sure. So I know in 20 minutes I gotta stop the episode and go eat, then come back. So at least I'm being fed.
Yeah, the pause button exists.
There is a pause. For us, I don't think a pause button exists. I mean,
Netflix stops you like after a certain amount of
time.
Yeah,
because they assume you're either sleeping or you
like calm down, man.
Please go outside.
Oh God! Imagine if they did that instead. Like, look, man, I'm concerned.
I haven't had a day recently where I just stayed indoors and just like did Netflix or something like that. I haven't.
I want to do that, but I'm kind of busy. I've been kind of busy lately. So.
For me, it's either work or school that keeps me outside and trying to hang out with friends and
adulting.
Adulting, yeah. Well, adulting means you go out on the town and do something. For me, it's like I want people to come over to my house because this is not my stance on my friends. I just don't want to go to other people's house because usually, I'm being completely honest, most of my friends' house, and this includes you, I mean, we don't have enough. There's not enough space.
Yeah,
we need walkable space. And I don't say my house is big. I'm just saying like I have more space to work with.
Yeah,
I know your place, which we've seen your place before on camera on a video we did. Your place is pretty spacious.
Wait, which video was that?
We were gonna try and do a Halloween sketch, but it never. We just did like.
Was that with like all those people showing up at my house?
No, yes, that was that day.
Oh no, I remember.
That's
so.
We'll tell the story.
We got there, and we started having like a entire like wrestling match in my basement. We punched a hole in the wall in like one of the doors.
Can I tell the background?
Oh,
on that
God.
story? Let me tell the background. So this was sophomore year of high school. Now, spoilers, I haven't met George yet. George came, I think, a little bit later in that year or afterwards. I don't remember. No, yeah, I met you the year after, but you just started Cardozo. But we didn't exist. We didn't like our connection didn't exist yet. Nor our larger friend group yet. I knew this girl, which. She's been on my channel before. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying her name, so I'll just remain. You know who I'm talking about. She and I were beginning sophomore year together with some of our other friends, and we were just deciding, let's do a film club or a video club and just do videos for YouTube while still being under the school name, which was a great idea. And Tyler and I, at this time, were working on sketches. We were working on TV shows for the channel. When that was our focus at the time. And we had this little club of actors and mostly actresses of, okay, we're going to work on project. And our first major project was a Halloween sketch that Sal's friend, who again, I'll remain nameless, but I think I credit him somewhere in our videos. He wrote a script, a spec script for a Halloween whodunit. Oh no, a murder mystery. So we went to your house.
Oh, yeah.
We went to your. I sent you the script.
You sent me that script, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, not to be fair to your friend. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was good at that time, but like lately, recently,
it was good at the time.
Yeah, but when we went to your place because your place was big enough to shoot. Now my problem is when we showed up there, all shit hit the fan. Like there was no preparation there. We had no costumes. I didn't even send them the script. We didn't have any props. I was assuming your house was free, and then you called me like an hour before. Like, yeah, no, my whole family's here. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, no. And here's the other part that I got thrown off by. Your entire like acting club got there before you, so it was just like a van of like 10 kids coming into my house, and from what I can remember, they left right away because they
no, okay, so
the parents walked in, and Alan and like Tyler and Harry were wrestling in the basement.
Okay, I'll continue that. So we were running late because this was 13, 14, 15-year-old me who assumed like, oh yeah, I could easily get there in like 20 minutes by walking. I was fucking wrong. It took us 45 minutes to 50 minutes to walk to his place. And he lives near to the border of Whitestone. So thankfully he didn't live that far, but it was like the walking distance alone was like, God damn, I should have asked my dad to drive us.
You know, because here's the thing about like, from me to you, it's like getting like College Point and like Whitestone, that walk isn't too far, but like, there's like that whole like shopping center part that takes like 20, 25 minutes to walk down.
Yeah. So
and it never ends.
Yeah. Well, we didn't take that way. We took another way. We took another way. We took through another major street, but another street that connects to Whitestone. But the thing was, we got there so late, and you've been calling me like repeatedly during. Your group is here, and it's like, fuck, we're not even halfway there yet.
I didn't know what to do. It was a group of like 10 kids, their parents.
Mm-hmm. It was her friends, and her brother, which I don't even know why he was there. He wasn't even part of the plan. Yeah, so we got there. We were like, okay, it's only 2 p.m. We can knock this out in like 3 hours. Again, this was me assuming everything was going to work out. Nothing worked out. Nothing worked out in that time.
Nothing really ever worked out when we tried to film when we were younger.
Some things worked, some things didn't work, and it was like, okay, fine. But when we got there, we were assuming everything was going to be fine. We're going to go straight into production. I don't even know why our parents were even there. But then when we showed up and we saw them, and was like, okay, let's go down to the basement. Let's rehearse. Let's get all this ready. Shit hit the fan because I saw your brother. I saw this other asshole who I'm not going to mention again, but I don't like him. And some other chick who was there. I don't even know why these people were there. I don't even know why you invited them. And by the time we was there, like, by the time these, like, forces collide, it just, like, shit just happened.
There's an entire big wrestling match, and it was great, but...
And then the
parents got, like, appalled. It was great. The look on the dad's face, he was so, like, pissed off.
This is unprofessional, because the way that this... I don't want to say friend or whatever, because I don't know where our current stance is, but this person, she was, like, looking at us like, what the hell is this group? And then she was legit worried because she was like looking at her friends like, yeah, I did not know this was going to happen. Then her parents were like, need like a final okay to like leave us. And then they came in. I don't know why you even let them in. They came downstairs and they saw, what the fuck is this? This is not a production company. This is like a hangout or something like that. And legit, they all went back.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't talk to her like seriously for a good 4 or 5 months.
Shit.
Like, we talked because, you know, we had mutual friends and we just ignored that subject. I said sorry casually, but it wasn't like something we majorly avoided. And it was like, goddamn, like that thing did not. That was like, I believe the worst professional attempt to shoot a project that just went horribly wrong.
It was one of the most awkward things for me because I had a bunch of kids that I don't know in my house without you being there. So, like, I didn't know anybody. But at the same time, it was one of the funniest, like, shit I've ever had.
Yeah.
And we was like, fuck it, screw it, we'll just film a random video here. And we did, and that did modestly well. For our standards, it's like 100 views is like great, and it did more than that, which I'm like, okay, that's a success. Well, but it did damage that friendship I had. It didn't damage it because we were still friends for like a couple more years afterwards, but at least damaged that section of our friendship.
At the end of the day, I feel like, you know, when you're like that young, thinking like, oh yeah, I could do something like this. I could, you know, make a sketch. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. You have to like.
You need to be older.
Yeah,
you need a little bit older.
Like a little bit.
And I feel like if we
or you actually have to think it out.
Oh yeah, obviously, because right now I think of everything. Even planning a recording session with George takes like a lot of planning because like we gotta work the schedule. We're all
doing our own thing now.
Yeah, we're working our schedule. We gotta figure out, okay, what games are we playing? What are we doing? What's the plan? What are we eating? Usually the big question is, what are we eating? What are we recording? What games are we playing? What episodes are we recording? What shows are the priority? How do we want to release it? So it's like a lot of different factors going into it, and as well as like, okay, how am I going to edit this? How am I going to get to the time to work on this project or this episode or something like that? So now, if we were to do sketches again, I feel like we would be much more successful.
I could actually see that happening in the future.
But it's not happening right now.
But not right now.
That's too much money, too much financial gain, too much work. And it's not like it's a project that we have to sink a lot of time into, and the outcome, like the result, might not even be what we wanted.
Because we can think more realistically now that we're older.
I would rather shoot multiple episodes of videos with you in one session than work on something too big that's one video and that it might not even break through. Yeah, that's at least right now where we stand currently on our YouTube audience.
Yeah. No, here's the problem with when we used to try to do sketches or whatever. I feel like it was like we all didn't see each other for so long, and like that filming day would be like the first time we'd seen each other in like a couple of like weeks or month.
It would mostly be a hangout then.
Session. So we'd go wild, and I don't know.
So it would, for me, it would rather be. Yeah, you're right.
There were good scripts, but...
There were good scripts there. There were bad scripts, obviously. There was one script where legit, I took Tyler and James and made them kill a person. I.e. me. And it was an entire comedy skit, a dark comedy skit, now that I think about it, where they're trying to dump my body. We never even got past the first
Okay,
scene.
so we got the East River. We got the West River. All right, we got our choices.
It was supposed to form this larger...
I could actually see that working. I'm not going to lie.
Now, the thing is, this was going to be, like, we were going to do our own version of the MCU and have a sketch universe where our sketches somehow linked together. There was a Christmas skit, our last one we were supposed to do. There was an Easter egg for, called it the Manga Underground, where we're going to have Alan be... No, we're going to have Tyler be a black market manga dealer. That was
Yowie! Get ya, Yowie!
There's going to be an episode, a skit where Miguel was going to be deaf again, and him and Alan were going to do a side adventure going to murder Santa Claus, but they never even left the city. They didn't even leave the fucking United States. That was the point. Because we couldn't afford, we couldn't afford Santa. So that was my plan originally, but then, reality sank in, and then the DVD unboxings happened, and then we embarked on this, journey. So that's what I kind of like, see, I would love to do sketches again. That was a fun aspect we were trying to do, but it just never took. And at least at this day and space, sketches don't work anymore because people more prefer gaming content or podcasts like what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
and it's more easier.
And at the end of the day, we are doing this for fun.
Yeah,
at least like this in particular.
This specific episode wasn't planned, but it's been fun. But no, again, sketches, fun idea. I feel like at this day and age, YouTubers who've already established themselves as sketchers, people who make sketches for a living, are the ones that survive right now. If you're trying to jump on that bandwagon, it's really hard.
It's hard, but still possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
You gotta have one of those rare.
You gotta keep that in mind.
You have to get one of those rare. It's gonna catch on fire moments, and that's so hard to get on YouTube these days because there's so many creators, so many channels trying to do their own thing, and it just becomes it's a larger ecosystem to get discovered.
Also, YouTube is constantly changing as well.
So it's even harder to get more, which we're still getting new people joining, not every day but weekly lately. And I'm loving that, but it's just like for us to get to that point of content, it's like something that's going to take us like maybe a few more years before we can say like, let's put some efforts into this creative outlet. Which I know, George, we talked about this I think last year about the possibility of creating some sketches, but they're not in the pipeline yet because
not at all.
We're just too busy. We're down for the idea. It's just it needs to be the right time.
Yeah, and it would take a lot of planning.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, because we got all the gaming stuff, we got the PodXCast, we got Let Jill Talk, we got all the other stuff I'm already planning in my head. So yeah, I mean, I would love to do sketches again. I would love to get some of the old cast members back together and do like one big thing, except for certain people who don't obviously want to work on YouTube anymore. But so yeah, that was kind of.
I kind of like where this went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of weird. We went for talking about comic book people all the way to some weird background story we never told on camera.
Yeah, well, now we have, so you're welcome. But I don't know, because I also think in terms of the sketches that we have a bunch of new people now. Like, there's, like, you could introduce, like, a bunch of, like, new characters in the mix.
I've always interested PodXCast would be the show where people that necessarily would never fit on the YouTube space, like, as a recurring guest, could easily just come on here for, like, an hour and say, let's just talk, that's it. And that's literally it. You don't have to be on any of my other content.
I also see this podcast as an opportunity to, like, try to get interviews with like really small YouTubers that have like kind of a following.
Oh yeah, I am down with open interviews for anyone. It's just we got to have like some sort of like relationship, have some sort of connection. What could we talk about for an hour? I'm not open to anyone. Like this show is open. Like the door is always open for new guests. Mm-hmm. Always. It's just right now we're on this space. Like we're gonna try and like establish our core group, like you and Sal, and eventually Alan and Tyler and Luke and new people that will join us eventually.
Luke.
Yes, Luke will come back eventually once the man actually picks up his phone.
As the prophecy foretold.
Luke, I'm making a solid prediction. Luke will be on this show before the end of 2018.
Well, you just called him out, so.
I don't think.
Answer your phone, Luke.
Oh, yes, it's the phone. He just doesn't call me. We just text. That's it.
There you go.
He'll be on the show someday. I just don't know when. He'll be. Hopefully sometime soon. But
someday.
But anyway, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of the PodXCast. If you didn't know, you can catch us on youtube.com/ActionX3000. And, however, if you want to wait till you can take us on the go, you can wait till next week. We'll be on podcast services around the world. Right now, we're just on SoundCloud because everywhere else is just too fucking hard to get on. But anyway, George, where can people find you?
You could find me at It's just George98 on Twitter.
So you can keep up with George and his
Please do so. I'm actually I've been getting a lot more active on there.
You're getting more tweets. Sal, since the last time you've been here, have you actually gotten a social media presence? Are you still quiet as hell?
What do you mean in terms of...
Like, do you have an Instagram to prefer, a Twitter to promote? Obviously not Facebook, because that's too personal.
Well, yes, Facebook. I mean, honestly, if I were to, like, start getting... I don't know, because, like, I could keep up with my Instagram a little more, so it's just,
Well, it's somewhere for people to, like, know what you're doing if they become, hey, this Sal guy's cool. I want to see what he's up to on a daily or weekly basis.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, people on podcasts get discovering, like, yeah, I like this guy. I want to see what he's doing, like, when he's not with this, like, the host.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone's gonna. I mean, people know about you. It's just like,
wow.
I don't think people are right now on the point of like, I want to fall.
That's my goal. I'm gonna steal all of his viewers.
How about this? Next time you come on, which will probably be planned or not,
he's playing you'll have a social game.
Oh, this the next time your third appearance, whatever that's gonna be, you'll have a social media presence. How about that?
I have one now.
I mean, like one for like people, like the viewer, people watching us. Like, oh, I want to follow, like a Twitter or like a separate Instagram or something like that. Because I don't think.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
You're putting so much thought into this. Basically, like, do you have something that like for people to follow you that isn't personal?
Oh,
or connected to me. So don't connected to me.
Oh, don't share. Okay. Well, I mean, I was just gonna give up my. Never mind.
Never mind.
Next time.
I was just going to give him my social security number.
You can follow Sal on Nevermind, or you can try and decode his social security. Don't do that. That's against the law.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, we'll see
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Bye.